Hello, Scorpio risings. My name is Dr. McCollins. Thank you for being here. I am with Saber Tree Consulting. Um, we're going to go over January's forecast for you and the big transits that are happening throughout your houses for Scorpio risings. I'd like to thank all of you for being here. If you came over from TikTok, thank you for joining me. For those of you who have been here for since the jump, thank you. I appreciate you. If you would like to leave me a little something, something over on Ko-fi, coffee, however that's said, or Venmo, I would very much appreciate that. All of the donations are going to be going over to the nonprofit organization that I am starting that is for special education advocacy. And so if you would like to have a consult with me, you can head over to my website. All of the links are in the bio for this. That being said, let's start off with Thursday, January 4th. I acknowledge that today is the 8th. Um, but on the 4th, Mars entered Capricorn, and it's going to be there until February 13th. And so you might be using that hot body to help siblings or neighbors. Um, just make sure that you don't overdo it. Okay, so you might be helping them with projects that they can't do themselves. Um, physical labor, okay, manual labor. So just make sure that when you're doing those things, you're not overdoing it because you can hurt yourself. All right. Um, then we're going to move on to January 11th, which is this Thursday, and that is the Capricorn new moon. And new beginnings with community and siblings are abound. Take your time rekindling relationships and be wary of stumbling into a new hobby that takes a lot of your energy. Okay. On January 13th, which is this Saturday, we have Mercury entering Capricorn, joining Mars. And so communication from siblings and neighbors is more direct than before. If you were looking forward to a new start and weren't able to like get through to them or communicate well, maybe try getting like all of the cousins together or all the kids together for a fun event somewhere between now and February 5th. Okay. Um, Before everybody was kind of beating around the bush or sugarcoating things, and that does not work with healthy relationships sometimes. Sometimes you just have to, I don't know, excuse me, sorry. Um, Sometimes you just have to get straight to the point so that you know that they know that you know what you're talking about. Anyway, on January 20th, which is the following Saturday, we have Aquarius season. And so home life is the focus this Aquarius season, and allow your siblings and neighbors to help your personal relationships grow. On January 23rd, we have Venus moving into Capricorn. And so now we have a party in Capricorn. The sun has moved out, but now we've got Mars, Mercury, and Venus. Venus does enjoy being in Capricorn. This isn't a woe is me type of deal. Because Capricorn is Saturn's sign, and Saturn enjoys being in Libra because it's exalted, does really well in Libra, which is Venus's sign. So is you're going to want to write those words and create that content and then happily share it with the public. Okay? Don't worry um about what your partner thinks. Their support of you, especially if the hobby or thing that you love is something that they're not supportive of. Don't let them yuck your yum, is basically what I'm trying to say. So if you like something like astrology and they think it's ridiculous, too bad, so sad. Let it make you happy. Enjoy your things that make you, as long as it's not physically or emotionally hurting you. If you want to become a furry, go for it. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, that you enjoy, okay? Um Okay, and then the final aspect that we have that's happening in January is on January 25th, and that is the Leo full moon. And so this is the ending of whatever you started last summer when you had the Leo new moon. I'm gonna have to look up the date for that. I'm not entirely sure when that happened. But the new career or public life goals that started in the summer are wrapping up and might be causing some friction at home and with a partner. Maybe on some of your boundaries, um, that bring you pleasure might need to be reset, okay? Um, I'm not saying change your standards, okay? I'm saying you might need to be a little bit more flexible. So here's the thing that I think about boundaries, um, and this is coming as someone who um, had to counsel patients through a whole bunch of stuff when I was actually working um, outside of the home and dealing with patients regularly as a clinical audiologist. Okay. When you have a relationship, you have your standards of how you like things to be done. Okay. You share those standards with your significant other, with family members, and you say, "Can you meet these standards?" And if they can't meet those standards, then they should be telling you, "No, I can't do that." And then you have a choice. You can either be flexible with those standards because some of them are super important and they're never going to change, and others of them are just kind of like, not really that big of a deal. Okay. Um, and then your expectations of what they're doing end up being met because if they say, "Yes, I can do that thing," now you have the expectation that whatever the standard that has been set is now being met, okay? If your standards also have rules, like, "This is the rule that I have for this thing," that's a rule. So, when we put the dishes in the dishwasher, we make sure that we spray them with hot water so there's nothing left on the dishes before they go in the dishwasher. That's a rule. A boundary is, let's say we have the rule of I go to bed at 11 o'clock. Unless someone is dying, do not call or text me after 11, okay? Because I can't turn my ringer off because of whatever other reason. So please don't call or text me after 11 o'clock because I am in sleep mode. Like I'm going to bed. And someone calls repeatedly after that, the boundary would be if you call after 11 o'clock, this is how I'm going to behave. I'm going to block your number. I'm going to do this. Okay. The rule is the rule. When the rule is not followed, the boundary is generally the consequences for breaking the rule. Okay. Because all actions have consequences. Does that make sense? Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me rant about January and how that's been going to go for you for the past 8.5 minutes. February stuff is going to be over on my Patreon on January 15th. It will be up here on YouTube by January 29th. Um, and that's pretty much it. If you do like my work and you have a couple of coins to throw my way, I would very much appreciate it. You can do that by Venmo or heading over to Kofi Coffee. I can never figure out how that's supposed to be pronounced. And if you want a consult, then you can head on over to www.sabotreeconsulting.com. Until next month, thank you for being here. And remember that you are worthy of all the good things that are headed your way. Bye for now.